Yo, what's going on, guys? It's someone that's no one here today. Today we're here for the final part of the El Ranchero. I know it's been a pretty fucking long story, but yeah, we're here to finish up. And let's not waste any time. No bullshit. Don't got shit to say. Let's just jump right into it. So we left off basically where we were about to, snag some McDonald's, smash and shit. But out of nowhere, we see these girls, and that that was a goal earlier. We didn't really, I wouldn't say we fulfilled it, but it was still an open goal because hey, the fucking opportunity was right there. So right when we were about to turn into a McDonald's, like we finally just pulled up, we saw these girls, and Marcel just said, "Fuck that, we got to go get their numbers or some shit at least." And he turned his blinker off and zoomed down the street after them. Now we pull up at the light and we end up behind these girls due to the other traffic. They notice us following, and I think Marcel honked to make sure like they knew and we got their attention. So we drove to a more secluded area, more of kind of like a neighborhood, and we come to a stop. Now the girls don't get out, so we figure they just want us to go up to them. So we decided that Aaron, Michael, and I would be the ones to go greet them and try to set it up and plan something so we could all hang out somewhere. So we go up and talk to them, and it turns out they had just been at the same party that we were just at, which was a pretty cool coincidence. And it turned out one of the girls would have an open crib to go to, but they had to run an errand real fast. But we got the driver's Snapchat. We'll call her Allie. Now, Allie told us it would be like 20-30 minutes before we would get a text from them. And already, that kind of makes it a little an iffy situation when we went back to the car and shit, whether, they would actually hit us up or not. But what I think sold them was we said we had more alcohol. Now, we didn't have any on us, but I knew where we could get some, and that was my uncle's crib. Now, my uncle didn't stay far from my place, and I had a key to his place. So, I would just have to be quiet, get a bottle or two or some shit, and we'd be good. But either way, if they were going to hit us up or not, we went to our previous goal, was getting some goddamn McDonald's. Now, we drove further off from the one we were actually going to turn into, so we ended up going to another 24/7 one, but we were finally in this bitch. We got stacked with the burgers, the fries, and fucking everyone was smashing. Definitely refreshing and gave us the energy we needed, for these girls to hang out with them. And when we were eating, we got the text. Allie told me we couldn't hang out at her friend's place anymore, and that she had to go home or some shit, and it was just her and her friend, and we'll call her friend Mona. They were still down as long as we had a place to go. Now, none of us had a solid place to go to, so we were kind of like, fuck, but we weren't about to just settle for that, so I decided, fuck it, let's just hang in front of my uncle's crib, which was kind of a stupid idea thinking about it, just drinking randomly, like, at 3 in the morning, like, if a cop fucking drove by, we were pretty fucked because the majority of us were underage. But we weren't thinking about that shit, we just wanted to hang out with the girls. All the while this shit was being planned, Michael told us his mom wanted him home around 2 or so, but we couldn't just drop him off like at this time because it was just way too far out of the way. And just keep this in mind though. So we get everything set, we pull up to my uncle's crib, get out. Right away after getting out, Richard just yaks all over the fucking street. Like, he was the first one, and I think the only one to actually puke out of the group of us. But I go in, see what my uncle has, and there's some rum and tequila. Grab both bottles, come outside. My uncle also had this basketball hoop, and I thought, fuck it, let's shoot some hoops. Why the fuck not? And by the time the girls showed up, we were just posted up on the street, and it was pretty dead silent, actually. We began to drink and just start talking to the girls. Now, I hadn't even planned on this because I saw Aaron had kind of his eye on Allie already, and I figured, give him the shot at her. But it was actually me who ended up talking to Allie. And Allie, she was the hot one. She busty as fuck, let me tell you. And I believe she was like either 20 or 21 at the time, and just packing it, man. Just fucking packing it. But her friend Mona, she wasn't nearly as hot, but Marcel, he was open for it, so Marcel went in for Mona. Now, I think Marcel and Mona hit it off pretty good, actually. But the two actually didn't get each other's contact info, so, beans to that shit. But we end up drinking, talking mainly, shoot some baskets. Fucking Evan, he can barely lift his arms at this point. Tyler's just playing like a straight up rookie, missing fucking layups and shit. I'm still balling though. I'm still balling like a hooper would. Drunk is intoxicated to fucking high heaven right now. And we've been over this shit before. I can still hold my own inebriated. And the girls even joined in on it. But what ended up happening was it was either Tyler or Richard who fucked up. And he dribbled like straight into Richard's fucking puke pile. Fucking gross. So I had to wash that shit off right away. But we do this for like 30, 40, probably like 40 minutes more. And it was almost like 4 o'clock, and you can tell like everyone was just kind of slowing down, kind of just getting tired and just wanted to knock out. But I was still kind of up, kind of more drunk, but still up. You know what I wanted to do? I had some game in me still. I still had that energy. I'm ready to go. But we have to say bye, and Michael at this point really needed to get home. Michael hops in the back of the trunk, and we all get in to drop off Michael first. Now, at this point, I kind of drift in and out of consciousness because I, too, like, if I wanted to, I could have knocked out so easily. But the ride to Michael's felt like 2 minutes when it was actually like 15, and we pull up, I wake up, right away his mom is standing in front of the house just looking pissed to hell. Like, she woke up ready just to beat that ass. But what probably pissed her off more was that Michael hopped out of the back of the trunk instead of inside the car. And we were just kind of like, aw, damn, dude, you're getting your ass whooped, damn. And after this, I just go drift off out of consciousness again. And I'm pretty sure we dropped off Aaron and Richard next, then Evan, then me. I came back and I saw most of the squad was gone other than Marcel and Tyler. And we ended up at my crib, we shook up, and I was pretty much ready to knock out. But not before hitting up Allie. I was still asleep and still drunk and asked if she wanted to come over and do the nasty. And I was kind of like typing all retarded too, like having to retype my messages to even make sense. And she read it right away and like just knew I was fucked up. But at this point, something came to me. I knew this girl before, and it's fucking wild because I knew her 2 years previously and we hooked up before. But the reason like I don't think either of us recognized each other is because we both grew up and our looks had changed considerably before like the last time we saw each other. And we fucking rode the bus together, and when I was a sophomore and she was a senior, and we just kind of started talking and had this kind of little connection. I wouldn't say like a love connection, but kind of more like a lust connection. Because, like, she used to send me all these fucking dirty pictures and shit. Just being, like, this huge fucking tease all the time. But we stopped talking because it just kind of fell off over time. And I didn't even point this out to her. I didn't really want to, like, start talking to her again. And didn't really feel the need to anyways. But I just find it, like, wild that we just randomly run into each other after all this time. And doing all this shit and drinking together like this. But after like a minute or two of trying to get her to come over and just it's just not fucking going, I just fucking knock out. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I think this could have been shortened up. Just the way I wrote it at the time, I guess, made it a little bit longer than maybe it should have. But I hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, like the video, comment, subscribe, and yeah, support your boy. It's been someone that's no one, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.